Hello friends, Kevin here again with another weekly installment of Tea Time Tuesday. Today we're going to be talking about the flat shoulder plane. Flat shoulder plane is essentially a backswing fault. A lot of the times what we'd like to see is we'd like to see the person at address be able to rotate around their trunk and around their hips. A lot of the times when people have very stiff upper backs, so the joints that are responsible for rotation, the person is actually going to come out of the posture in order to get that rotation. This is problematic for a couple of reasons. Really, your body's going to have to try and compensate to make up the rotation speed. So your hands, your wrists, your shoulder is going to have to go through a lot of motion in order to make up for the sequence. We see this, again, for a lot of times thoracic stiffness, and then we also see it a lot of times where you have a shoulder muscle as well that's going to limit your ability to reach over your head. If you're unable to reach over your head, you're going to have to try and lift in order to get to the top of the backswing. So the first exercise that you're going to want to do is actually address the stiffness in the thoracic spine. So Ruchira, one of our other therapists, had a great video featuring this, and you can see in the link above. The exercise that I'm going to give you today actually involves a stick, a dowel, a golf club, whatever you have, and it's actually going to help increase the thoracic range of motion. So what you're going to do, on a table surface or counter height surface, I have a rolling stool as well. Elbows are going to be on the mat. You're going to try and bring your chest straight down as the dowel or the club comes up overhead. And where you're going to feel this is actually right between the shoulder blades in the upper back. You're going to return, and then you're going to hold for a couple of seconds. So the second exercise that we're going to want to do is actually stretch the back of the shoulder through here. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a doorway. So what you're going to do is you're going to grasp up as high as you can on the doorway. With the opposite leg, you're actually going to bring the opposite leg back. And as you're doing that, keeping your hand on the doorway, bringing the chest down, you'll feel a nice big stretch through here. In order to increase the stretch, what you can do is you can actually turn this way, and again, that's just going to increase the stretch right through here to help you get your golf club up over your head. So the third thing that we're going to do, now that everything's loosened up, is try to teach you the correct mechanics. So what you're going to do, you're going to need a band for this exercise. One foot is going to be in front of the other. You're going to get into a position as if you're going to address to your golf ball. And then from there, you're going to pull with the shoulder blade and try and turn the thoracic spine as much as you can, but try not to move the hips. You're going to come back and forth, back and forth. You can then switch legs, keeping the same hand position, turning the trunk and bringing it back. Turning the trunk and bringing it back. One thing that you're going to want to discuss with your golf professional is actually if the clubs are too long or too short, because that can actually cause flat shoulder plane too. If the clubs are too heavy, you're going to have to really use a lot of force to get the clubs at the top of the backswing, so it'll be extending through your spine. Other than that, I hope you found this beneficial. That's it for Tea Time Tuesday. Be sure to like and share. Other than that, hit them straight.